Hey everyone, welcome to my SoundSoReal review. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about SoundSoReal, what it does, how it works, and whether it's the right fit for you. You'll see the full demo, a breakdown of every SoundSoReal OTO, and even details about the bundle deal so you can make the best decision before grabbing your copy. But before we dive into the demo and funnel, I'll share an exclusive webinar session that goes in depth on the technology behind SoundSoReal. The webinar will show you how this AI-powered voice and sound creation platform can transform your content, give you a competitive edge, and unlock brand new income opportunities. It's a powerful overview that sets the stage for the hands-on walkthrough coming right after. So stick with me. First, you'll learn the insights and strategies straight from the webinar. Then you'll see my personal SoundSoReal Demo. And finally, I'll break down every upgrade inside the funnel so you'll know exactly what each OTO offers and which one fits your goals. Alright, before I show you the full SoundSoReal Demo and OTO breakdown, let's jump into this special webinar session. It's going to give you a deeper look at how SoundSoReal works behind the scenes and the real-world results it can create. Once the webinar wraps up, we'll head straight into the live demo and explore the entire funnel together.
Here's just a few teasers before we even start. As more people come in late all the time, they're going to miss the teasers, all right? But you're not, because you're here. So let me just tease you just a few clips of what you'll be hearing tonight. Remember, this is the next level stuff. First of all, voice cloning is just one of our features that we'll be talking about tonight. And during the demo, I actually have an even better clone of Morgan Freeman than this. This is amazing that you could do this. We'll listen to that, and then we'll listen to me, an actual clip of me doing a little sentence that I just wrote down about a bunny. So let's listen to the Morgan Freeman clip first.
What if you could design your own custom voice, or clone any voice that you own the rights to? Change any voice to a professional, polished voice with a click. Even direct AI voices, like they were professional actors. Getting them to sound exactly how you want, all in a matter of seconds, and all for a low one-time investment.
What do you think of that, guys? Did that sound like Morgan Freeman or what? Let me know. Let's be interactive tonight. I have so many good clips. I can't enlarge the screen anymore. You're just going to have to, squint. Sounded real to you. Precision, says Cy. No, his voice is actually not deeper than that. His voice is not particularly deep. You'll hear, because I have a clip later in the demo, you'll hear his actual voice. All right, now here's the bunny clip. This is me. Back at the turn of the century, a pink bunny found a golden key. This key turned out to be the key to a new universe and the portal to a strange new world. This key turned to be a portal, strange new world. Yeah. And now let's blow your mind a little bit more, because SoundSoReal is the voice-over artist killer. And one of the things that it can do is it could actually be directed. The voices can be directed sentence by sentence. Here, I'll give you a little clip. You see me bringing the audio piece over. I'm going to play it. Hold on to your hats. Remember, we told it line by line to speak like this. And if you don't believe me, you'll see me do it in the demo in just a few minutes. But I'm just teasing you now with the power of what we can do.
Look at me. Right now. You think I didn't know? After all this time, you really thought I wouldn't find out? That's the most insulting part. The effort you put into the lie. The money? I don't care about the money. It was the trust, Liam, the foundation. You let me defend you. You let me stand by you in front of them all, and all the while you were selling us out. Why? Tell me why. Was it worth it? Was it worth watching everything we built crumble just for this? Get out. I can't even look at you anymore. Just go. You are dead to me.
Holy mackerel. The reason I came on so excited at the very beginning of that webinar is because I created that clip during the demo, and I could not believe the acting. The acting is beyond what I'd be able to do as an actor. Was that the most incredible thing you've ever heard? I just could not get over it. All right, let's listen to some other little teasers and then we'll get started. This is just teaser stuff. You're going to hear all the good stuff in a minute, as we move through. This is just teaser. Here's the same idea, but this time we're going to talk about SoundSoReal with multiple speakers. Again, they're directed.
There really are so many new ways to make money online nowadays.
We live in an awesome time for digital marketing entrepreneurs. I totally agree.
One of the newest ways I heard was something called SoundSoReal. It can make podcasts just like this one. Is that the one where you can also design voices, clone voices, dub existing voices, and create amazing text-to-speech? Yes, I am so excited for how it's going to help my online endeavors. Everyone needs to hear about this.
Everyone does need to hear about this. What do you think about that? Oh my God. All right, so let's do this. Let's get started for real now. That was just a teaser to just give you a little bit of what we can do. There's so much more to it than that. We'll be talking about highlighting, of course, each groundbreaking feature in SoundSoReal. That's what we'll be talking about. We're going to go through it step by step. And please ask any questions that you have during any time in the question answer box. The second thing we're going to do is actually demonstrate the ease of use on the inside. Now, as I said, I spent 1 to 2 hours on this, but the first hour I wasted because I didn't have my microphone on. So that's why it took me that long. But I had the microphone on the second part, and man, the demo is so good, and it's coming up in just a few minutes. You don't want to miss it. The third thing, we're going to talk about how to make money and especially save money ideas from SoundSoReal. And number 4, we're going to give you a webinar-only offer, including completely unlimited use. Number 5, we have a fun contest based on trivia from this very webinar. 6, crazy good bonuses. And 7, a webinar attendee bonus. You'll want to stay to the end for that. Now, oops, I went too far. We do have that free attendee bonus. It's going to be a prompt to profit roadmap, how to get your prompts right. Voice prompt package. What is that? Well, we have voice prompting here because we're going to create voices with prompts. And we have a real life case study or 2 or 3 or 4 that we're going to give you to just for attending. All right, so you don't want to miss that. And we have a contest, as I mentioned. Pay attention for a chance to win at the end of the presentation. And we'll tell you more about that when we get closer to it. Very important couple of things here. Number 1, I need you to check your device audio if it goes off. If you don't hear me, make a note to yourself now that we'll be sharing very many audio examples with you tonight that you're going to really want to hear. If you lose audio at any time, like during the demo, then what you'll want to do is check your GoToWebinar audio output settings if you lose audio during that part. I know that GoToWebinar tries to get me to change my audio in the middle. Sometimes it freezes my devices here, my computer. So if that happens to you, that's what you should do. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a television personality originally. I'm a TV weatherman, but also an announcer. I've done nature broadcasts. I was a reporter as well. And from my voice alone, I've made way over $100,000. I mean, that's like, I don't know who picked that number. It's way too low. And I know firsthand that the right voice doesn't just sound good. It sells, all right? And that's why I'm absolutely blown away with synthesis in general. So I went to Oliver. This is an interesting story. In 2020, it was late 2019 or early 2020, and I said, Oliver, I see you're starting to, go on the cutting edge of text-to-speech. I want to join you in this effort. So I started with text-to-speech with Oliver, And then from there, we branched out into other things, such as other AI, AI images, AI videos. You know, we called them humatars, those avatars that are so human-like. But in this case, we're going back to our roots of audio. The quality here is unmatched. The versatility is endless. And for the first time, you could actually design and direct unlimited custom voices. You could direct them. That means anyone, marketer, or creator, or entrepreneur can tap into the same kind of income opportunities that I've built my career on without needing years of training or expensive studio setups. If you ever wanted the power of a professional voiceover business in your hands, SoundSoReal is it. Trust me, I've been living my dream because of my voice and other talents such as my meteorology, but especially with my voice over the years. And I got to tell you, this is the way to really get yourself into the voiceover arena. So, before we officially go through the examples, really, really important so that I know how to tailor this presentation. Who here is a previous synthesis customer? Put a 1 in the chat box, and then I'll cycle back to 2 in a minute. Put a 1 in the chat box if you previously have any of the synthesis products. All right, now put a 2 in the chat box if you're new to the synthesis suite of products. Give me a 2 in the chat box if you're new to it. I'm sorry, I mean the question answer box, Leslie. The question answer box. Okay. Thanks, Hank. You have all the products. Oh man. Oh, Bruce, you know what's funny? You're in my demo. You'll see what I mean in a minute. All right, thanks. That really helped us out a lot. Now, we've entered the new age of AI voices, as I've implied, and I don't want you to get left behind. We've entered a new era. AI voices aren't futuristic anymore. They're here. They're already powering ads, podcasts, audiobooks, courses, and UGC, user-generated content, across every platform. But not all AI voices are built the same, okay? Other AI voices prior to this, you could lose trust in because it may sound fake. Now, we've done a good job of being on the cutting edge of this, all right? So that we don't think we ever really sounded fake, but we certainly have moved a whole lot forward. We were always at the leading edge, but you can lose trust. It could lower your engagement. You could miss sales. So that's why it's really important to have not just any voiceover. Now, a study by VoiceBot.ai, for instance, found that 71% of consumers say they prefer brands with natural human-like voices, and 45% abandon content if the voice is too robotic. But not only do you need the natural voices, you need to stand out. You and your clients deserve more than robotic stock voices that other people are using as well. What if you could design a 100% unique voice identity that no competitor can copy because you designed it by a text prompt? That's one of the main features that we're going to be talking about today, is actually designing it from a text prompt. Your brand's podcast host can have a distinct, recognizable voice that no one else in the world can replicate. Your ad campaigns can feature a consistent signature voice that becomes synonymous with your products. Your courses, your audio books, which will become a big theme in this webinar, or stories can use exclusive character voices that make them unforgettable. So let's see everything that SoundSoReal can do. Not everything, but almost everything we're going to discuss right now. So before the demo, I'm first going to go over all the features. Then, believe it or not, I actually got to do most of them again in the demo, so it will reinforce what you're learning. And I definitely think you should take notes during the demo, okay? So first of all, voice cloning. That's a popular one. It's been popular since we first started dabbling in it because you could turn any voice into a lifelike digital clone, perfect for personal branding, client projects, or recreating voices for ongoing use. Examples, if you have a client that's, let's say, a lawyer, and you know that he wants to have a sound on his website of him talking, you can clone his voice. You could clone all your local business clients' voices. You could clone your voice. You could clone voices that you find online if you have the rights to them or you feel that you have the rights to them. You could clone your family's voices or your friends' voices. You have a possibility here of cloning unlimited voices, and the difference now is it only takes about a 10 or 15 second clip. Actually, I've did it with even a 10-second clip in the last week, and it worked really well. But you could do it even with, I don't know, I like going a little longer, like 30-second clips, and you put them in there, and then the clones come out magically good, as you'll hear in the demo, or you can hear right now, as a matter of fact, some of the clones. So you heard the Morgan clone. We're going to hear that one again. And then remember, there's more in the demo.
What if you could design your own custom voice or clone any voice that you own the rights to? Change any voice to a professional, polished voice with a click. Even direct AI voices, like they were professional actors. Getting them to sound exactly how you want, all in a matter of seconds, and all for a low one-time investment.
Oh, man. And you heard the bunny. We'll play the bunny again because a lot of people came on since then. Remember, that was a teaser at the beginning. All right. And then we're going to hear the most important one. Back at the turn of the century, a pink bunny found a golden key. This key turned out to be the key to a new universe and the portal to a strange new world. And a portal to a strange new world. That was my voice, all right. But the one that really flips me out is I had the script from an actual commercial that I was asked to do. This is an actual real script that I get paid to do. But my clone read it just as good as me. Here, listen. Hi, everyone. Everett, your friendly foodie detective here. We've scouted the best of everything local to present to you for our foodies who love that special dish that brings joy to their day. Look what we have for you. Our limited time only special offer is for lobster lovers. I have Natalie in our studio to give you the full details. You know, we have mixed feelings when we listen to that one because it is the death of the voiceover artist, which we'll be talking about during this webinar today. That reading it as good as I can read it is kind of freaky. And we have the next feature, which is voice design. There it is. Voice design is where you build completely original voices from scratch with prompts. What do you think about that, guys? Deep, cinematic, quirky, warm. Your imagination is only the limit. And as a matter of fact, in the demo, you see me actually create a young man who's a social media influencer type person. And I just created that voice just by putting in some, a quick sentence. And it could be much more detailed. You could actually use something like ChatGPT if you want to get your prompts to create these voices. Really incredible stuff. So voice design is interesting because you have preloaded prompts in there as well that could be edited to fit your needs or used as is. Examples, there's the epic trailer narrator, there's the commercial one, there's the inner monologue, the corporate narrator, the conversational narrator, the loud personality. Those text prompts are already in there. And then we have another 250 or so that you could cycle through, as you'll see in the demo, which includes specific niches like a mechanic, a car mechanic. You can actually take the voice prompt from that, and you can just stick it in there without having to actually write your own voice prompt. So you could either do it by typing yourself or picking the ready-made ones that are in there. Here's an example. A deep male voice in his late 60s with slow, thoughtful pacing. Gravelly resonance with gravitas in every pause. Tone conveys wisdom, patience, and life experience. Perfect audio quality, voice style, legacy speeches, cultural leadership, reflective storytelling. And that's an example of how you can design a voice from scratch. And it does not have to be that detailed. It comes out better if you are that detailed. Otherwise, it tries to guess what you want. And that's a little bit what happened to me in the demo, as a matter of fact. Like I asked for a teenager or something like that to do the, I remember. I asked for, in the demo, you'll see me ask for skincare products. And because I use skincare products, it automatically picked a teenager, but I didn't specify that it should be a teenager. So that was interesting. So the more you write, the more likely you'll get the exact voice that you're looking for. The next one in this list says a balanced voice in their late 30s with clear diction and steady pacing, neutral accents, professional tone that avoids distraction, and we could go on and on. The third one, of course, has a supportive female voice in her late 30s with mid-range clarity. So we can talk about how she's not speaking too high or too low, etc. And that's an example of how you can stick into the voice design. You could paste that in, and then you could get these amazing voices. Here, let me give you an example of some voice designs right now. Here's a mad scientist that we created.
Ah, you've arrived! Splendid! Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the chronoton stabilizing matrix. It's crucial, you see, to align the temporal vectors just so with the ambient quantum flux. Otherwise, you get temporal drift. And that, my friend, can lead to, well, let's just say more than one duplicate of your toaster.
What'd you think of that? Pretty wild, huh? That we created that mad scientist with a prompt, and we created this influencer with a prompt. This is not even my influencer from the demo. I just did that one. This one we put in from, earlier in the day.
Hey everyone, so I just found the most amazing new serum and you have to see this. My skin has never felt so hydrated and glowy. Honestly, it's a game changer. And the packaging, to die for. You know I love a good aesthetic. I'll link it in my bio so you can check it out. Trust me, your skin will thank you.
So any of you familiar with Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts knows that that is just a very typical influencer sound. And by writing the prompts correctly, you can recreate an influencer for yourself in that way. I mean, it's really, really crazy. The next thing I want to tell you about that's in there is called Voice Remix. So the previous two things I showed you was cloning and creating voices from scratch just by text prompt. Well, you can take those same voices, your cloned voices, and transform them further. Or those voices that you created with a text prompt, you could add softness, echo, grit, or any other quality and instantly give your voices new personality. As a matter of fact, inside the demo, you'll see that I take Morgan Freeman and I make him seem a little older, and it actually made him sound a little bit even more like himself. It's going to be funny when you get to that demo, but we have a lot of examples of the voice remix using my voice, as a matter of fact. Let's take a look at those. We'll take a listen to those. Now, they wrote Todd Dizzy here, but it's really like Todd Tipsy is what they meant to say. This is my voice, but they're assuming that the people that did this, before I could say no, they assumed that I had too much to drink.
Another one? Why not, eh? It's just water, basically. You know, for hydration. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. A little floaty, but in a good way. Like I could just drift off to dreamland right here. Don't mind if
I'm turning that off. I'm too embarrassed by that. Here, let's listen to it with a French accent.
Bonjour. So, you're curious about my Parisian accent, eh? Well, I suppose living here in the heart of Paris, it just sort of happens. I mean, you pick up a few things, n'est-ce pas? It's all about the rhythm, the flow, and of course, the occasional ooh la la.
And here's a Todd with a UK accent coming up. And then after that, we'll do me yelling. The yelling's pretty accurate.
All right, so I was thinking about grabbing a cuppa, you know? Been a rather busy morning, to be fair. I've just finished up with that new project, and honestly, it's looking quite spiffing. I reckon we should celebrate a bit later, perhaps hit the local for a cheeky pint.
All right, enough of that. I want you to hear the yelling since that one came out so similar to when I yell. All right, here we go.
What is going on here? Can everyone just calm down for a second? I can't hear myself think with all this noise. We need to figure this out, and we can't do that if we're all shouting over each other. Just one at a time, please.
What is going on here? I can't take it when you guys are all busy like that. Yeah, okay. So that's what the voice remix is. That's just a little tweak that you can make. My favorite features are coming up, though, like this one, the Speak Like voice changer. That's where you upload any audio and instantly can change it into a different voice. Now, if you're away from the computer, come back. I want you to see what I'm about to show you here, because I do it first with audio, and then I show you in a moment how I could strip a video of its audio and change that as well. So watch this. All right, so first, you can upload any audio and instantly change it to a different voice. So instead of doing text to speech, you're doing audio clip to new speech. See what I'm saying? New voice. Take one voice and swap it to another voice. You could give yourself or your clients a fresh new sound without needing to re-record anything. This is perfect if you're, let's say, a social media person and you're trying to make videos and you just are not confident in your voice, as an example of how you could use this. Here, this is an example of taking Audrey from our team, and what she does here is she does a foliage report, kind of, and you'll hear her voice is kind of weak. And then we swap her voice with a male voice, and it comes out a whole lot better. Watch.
Tonight, we're talking about foliage reports across America, including how the drought has made some of the leaves a little lackluster. Leaf peepers, what have you seen out there this fall? More later.
Okay, so you can hear her voice is pleasant, but it's kind of weak. So I wanted to strengthen her voice. I picked a male voice that had a much stronger voice, but he's going to speak at the exact same cadence, the exact same rhythm as she did. So if we were to take this from a video as an example, we could actually put it back and it would lip sync. So here, listen to this. We'll see if you think it's improved.
Tonight, we're talking about foliage reports across America, including how the drought has made some of the leaves a little lackluster. Leaf peepers, what have you seen out there this fall? More later.
All right. Well, improved, right? But watch, we could take this even further. We can do something like, let's say me just rambling slowly in a meditative way, and then taking a real ASMR type person and having her read it. All right, I'll show you what I mean.
Welcome to this guided meditation. I want to take you on a journey through time and space. Just sit back and relax and think of nothing except your mantra, the word of the day, the one word that is so special that it is going to make you float away into a world of dreams, a world of sleep, a world of meditation, and just a whole new world.
Now, I obviously read that purposely bad so that you could see how I can improve it. All right. So I read that with a nasal voice and very weak again, but watch how I changed it when I picked the meditation woman, the ASMR woman on the inside. Listen now.
Welcome to this guided meditation. I want to take you on a journey through time and space. Just sit back and relax and think of nothing except your mantra, the word of the day, the one word that is so special that it is going to make you float away into a world of dreams, a world of sleep, a world of meditation, and just a whole new world.
Wow, that really relaxed me. But the best part of that feature, it's when you take it off of video. So what I have now is I'm going to actually try to switch to an official audio here rather than click on that play. I have an example of using this feature with your video editing so that you can improve or change the voice of the speaker or influencer with 100% perfect lip sync. So just like in the previous example, you're going to see me in the following video clip speaking, again, not very strong. Kind of nasal, there's background noise. I'm pretty far from the microphone because I'm recording on the camera. And watch how I improve it. I'm going to see if I could switch this in the share right here. Let's see. Let's show Todd Speak Like video. Here, it's coming up. You could also expand this so that it takes up more of your computer screen. So let's say I'm an influencer and I have a nasally voice like this, and I'm not really confident about the way I speak, but I want to, and I don't have a microphone, right? I have just the phone that I'm using, which usually the audio doesn't come out very good, not very bassy, not very clear. Well, what if I wanted to use SoundSoReal so that as an influencer, I would now be able to completely just change this around. I could strip the audio from this video, feed it into SoundSoReal, pick a broadcasty type voice or an influencer type voice, and boom, I will have a much better audio. Let's see how that sounds.
So let's say I'm an influencer and I have a nasally voice like this, and I'm not really confident about the way I speak. But I want to, and I don't have a microphone, right? I have just the phone and I'm using, which usually the audio doesn't come out very good, not very bassy, not very clear. Well, what if I wanted to use SoundSoReal so that as an influencer, I would now be able to completely just change this around? I could strip the audio from this video, feed it into SoundSoReal, pick a broadcasty type voice or an influencer type voice, and boom, I will have a much better audio. Let's see how that sounds.
Wow. So you know what I did there at the end, right? I zoomed in. The reason I zoomed in was so that you could see that it was perfectly lip synced. What an amazing little feature. Speaking of amazing features, we also have a voice translate feature called dubbing, where you could break barriers with instant translations of multiple languages, keeping the tone, the emotion, and delivery natural, and the voice the same. In other words, what you change from one language to the other maintains the original voice. Here, I'll show you an example of that. This is a German woman. We're going to go both ways here. I'm going to show you a German woman, and then we're going to change her to English. Now, it's interesting because it maintained a slight accent when she goes to English, but listen to her German first, and then we'll listen to her speaking in English with the same voice.
Hey, wie geht's dir? Oh je, hast du schlecht geschlafen? Das ist ja blöd. Hey, wie geht's dir? Oh je, hast du schlecht geschlafen? Das ist ja blöd. Hoffentlich kannst du heute früher Feierabend machen.
Now, I had no idea what she said, okay? But when we changed it to English, we're going to have a complete, at least I understand it now when it's English. Here, listen.
Hey, how are you? Oh dear, did you sleep badly? That's stupid. I hope you can get off work early today.
That's what she says at the end. I hope you could get off work early today. I thought that was fascinating. And we have another one going the other way. This time you'll hear my voice as it sounds when I speak Japanese. But first, let's listen to what I say in English before we change it over.
When the last bit of light was extinguished, it was absolutely breathtaking. And then Venus popped out, and then shortly thereafter, about halfway or a little before halfway through the totality, a very bright red prominence was noticeable about 7 o'clock.
That was me describing the eclipse of the sun. All right, now let's see me in Japanese describing the eclipse of the sun.
そして金星が飛び出し、その直後、みなす手の半分か半分より少し手前で、7時の方向に非常に明るい赤いプロミネンスが目立った。
That was my voice, all right. And you see how we were able to dub it over to a different language. Now let's get to the really good stuff. Of course, if you missed at the beginning when we started dabbling with the text-to-speech, this is crazy stuff. And in the demo as well, I really go nuts with this. That's where you type or paste your script, and it sounds so easy. You just type script, and then it comes out in speech, but it's different than it ever has been before because it comes alive with professional quality voiceovers, no studio required, but most importantly, you can direct the voices because we're using a whole new version 3 on our text-to-speech. I like to call it text-to-voice, as a matter of fact, rather than text-to-speech. And it's really, really good. I mean, in the demo, you'll hear that fantastic clip that we also did at the beginning, but I'm going to show you a little bit of it here too. So in this case, we have a script where we write, I love my, this is text-to-speech. Yeah. So we're going to give it acting instructions because you can give it acting instructions. So we have, I love my golden retriever, Willie. He always is so excited to see me when I come home from a long day at work. I'm such a dog person. Now, you could do the acting in 2 different ways. We show you the second way in a minute. The first way is to just paste in acting instructions. There's an actual box for it. All right. So in this case, we say a happy-go-lucky woman in her 30s who loves her dog. She speaks with passion and excitement while still coming off as friendly as compassionate. She giggles while she speaks. So let's listen to how that came out.
I love my golden retriever, Willie. He's always so excited to see me when I come home from a long day at work. I'm such a dog person.
All right, so we have part of that. Let's see. Oh, yes, there it is. That whole thing came out. I'm such a dog person. So that was the acting instruction, and that was the script. And what's really interesting is that you can also direct her by putting something in brackets. Like before you write, I love my golden retriever, Willie. Let's see if I have an example of that. Like here is an example from earlier in this webinar. I played a clip for you at the very beginning. And see how it says anger simmering, voice rising, look at me now, right now. You could do it that way too. You could actually, every sentence, tell them how they should sound in the next following sentence that is read out, which to me is crazy. And we do that with our podcast multi-speaker creator. That's this right here. We create entire conversations, interviews, and podcasts by assigning different voices to multiple speakers, but complete with acting instructions. So what we're doing is we're instructing them in 2 ways. One way is, as I just explained a moment ago, you could just give a broad overall acting instruction. And the other way is that second way that I just showed you, where you could put something in brackets like this, where it says anger simmering. Let me make this bigger so that you could see it even more. Here, let me increase the font. See, like in this second sentence, it says disbelieving, accusing. You think I didn't know? After all this time, you really thought I wouldn't find out? In the demo, in just a few minutes, you'll see me using that very script, so it'll become much more clear what I mean. But let's listen to a podcast example now between multi-speakers being directed in this fashion. This first one is a podcast about cats and dogs.
I heard something interesting about you the other day.
Oh no, I have no clue what you could say right now.
You're a cat person. I can't believe it. I thought you loved my dog Willie.
I do love Willie, but I just like my cats Whisker and Jasper more.
Why do you like cats more? Aren't they so aloof and distant? Willie is obsessed with me.
Well, that's not true for my cats. They love me so much, they crawl all over me, meowing and asking for treats. It's very cute.
But can you train them? And how about going for walks on hiking trails? My golden retriever loves hiking the lake trails and jumping in for a swim.
Well, they don't go on hikes, but they sure do love to cuddle. I guess it's all about what you want out of a pet.
I guess I can agree with that.
You see how we did that? We made them laugh back and forth by writing laughing at the beginning of each one of the important sentences, which is cool. Here's an example of what the podcast script would look like. Dialogue 1, smirking. I heard something interesting about you the other day. Dialogue 2, pretending to be nervous. Oh no, I have no clue what you could say right now. And then laughing. See that? And then dialogue 3 with a smile. You're a cat person. I can't believe it. I thought you loved my dog Willie. And then the next one, it's pretending to be offended. Well, I do love Willie, he says, but I just like my cats Whisker and Jasper even more, smiling. You see how we did that? Let's listen to another one. We actually was able to direct a SoundSoReal promo here.
There really are so many new ways to make money online nowadays.
We live in an awesome time for digital marketing entrepreneurs. I totally agree.
One of the newest ways I heard was something called SoundSoReal. It can make podcasts just like this one. Is that the one where you can also design voices, clone voices, dub existing voices, and create amazing text-to-speech? Yes, I am so excited for how it's going to help my online endeavors. Everyone needs to hear about this.
Everyone needs to hear about it. What do you think of that so far? Is that crazy or what? Let me know in the question answer box, and if you guys are excited, I will get you right over to the demo of how to do this on the inside, and everything you just saw will be reinforced. You'll actually get to see it all over again with me doing it from just an hour ago. Okay? Amazing, says Hank. Wow, says Michelle. Excited and double wow, says Pablo. This is really good, says Melanie. See, I am directing my voice. Very exciting, says Welda. Oh, man. It's really incredible. Now let's watch the demo. Thank you for the comments. I'm going to go over to the demo and I'm going to play it by sharing. And remember, if you lose audio, play with your audio settings from GoToWebinar and definitely make the screen as big as you can so you could watch this demo in all its glory. All right, so here we are on the inside of SoundSoReal, and it is so good. I don't even know where to start. Yours won't look exactly like mine because this is obviously my test account. However, the basic mechanics are the same. On the left-hand side, we have voices, which is where we're going to create voices from scratch. We're going to clone voices. It'll automatically take us into text-to-speech, is where you type, and of course, things are going to come out thereafter from what you type. Speak like is where you could take an actual audio file and change the audio file to speak something different. And that's really fascinating. So you don't just change the text, you can actually change audio itself. Multi-person is like podcasts, and dubbing is where you go from one language to another, to another, to another, back and forth, any which way. All right, so let's start with voices. So in the voices, the thing I want you to focus on is on the upper right. And please take notes here, because this is going to help you on the inside when you're in. You create or design a voice, and then you have three choices. You could design a voice by typing, some script. You could actually clone a voice that's on the bottom by importing a audio file 10 seconds or longer, only 10 seconds. And then you could remix that. In other words, you can change those voices that you make. And that's an interesting thing. Like, for instance, you could make my voice if I took my voice and I cloned it and I made my voice sound much older, as an example. But let's concentrate on the voice design first. That's where you type a text like a male social influencer who is typically doing commercials for skincare products on TikTok and Instagram. Okay, so hopefully it will capture what I'm trying to get here. We'll generate a sample and see how it sounds. And we'll play the sample.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy, back with another skincare essential. You know I'm all about that glow, and this new serum, game changer. Seriously, my skin has never felt this hydrated. You guys gotta try it. Link in bio.
Okay, so they gave me a teenager, obviously, but you see exactly what it did. So now we can save that. A young male social influencer for commercials. And a male social influencer is typical doing commercials for skin products on TikTok and Instagram. Right. Okay, so we're going to save that voice. And now what it's going to do is it's going to throw us right in, and it's going to allow us to create new copy in the text-to-speech area with that person. But I am not going to do that right now. To save time, I'm going to go to the next feature of voices first. The next feature is Instant Voice Clone. Instant Voice Clone is where you upload a piece of audio. And in this case, I'm going to upload a little clip from the movie Bruce Almighty from Morgan Freeman. So I think this is it right here. So I'm going to open that clip and we'll listen to it, make sure it's right.
Of the man upstairs, and yet your mind is already so prodigiously empty.
Yeah, so that's the actual clip from the movie. So we're going to write Morgan Freeman 4 from Bruce Almighty. It's in English. We're going to use version 2.5 synthesis. When in doubt, go with the highest version that you can, version 2.5, and then we'll agree to the terms, and then we'll create the voice. Now, I've already created the voice, so let's go in there and actually see how it sounds. I'm going to go back into my text-to-speech. I'm going to choose that voice. That's a 2.5 version voice. And I will find him by clicking on the upper left here. All right. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the voice, and I'll go to My Voices. And then I have Morgan Freeman right here. Morgan Freeman based on Bruce Almighty. So I'm going to use that. And then let me take this out right here. I'm going to show you this later. Edit, cut. Okay. And now I'm going to write something that Morgan Freeman may have said, like, Bruce, I may be an old man, but I am in charge, and you never stop complaining about me and the work that I have done on the planet Earth. Let's see if you can do it better. That's right from the movie. The theme is that he, is sick of Bruce complaining, and he gives Bruce all his godly powers.
So then what we do is we generate the speech just by clicking Generate Speech, and then we'll listen to how it came out.
Bruce, I may be an old man, but I am in charge, and you never stop complaining about me and the work that I have done on the planet Earth. Let's see if you can do it better.
Is that perfect or what? I mean, we have a real Morgan Freeman here complaining about Bruce. So we're going to save that file in the lower right, and that's how that feature works. Let's go back to voices and take a look at that again, where it says create or design voice. So we've now done voice design. We had our social influencer young man, and now we've done an instant voice clone with Morgan Freeman. It could be your voice as well. Or now you could remix the voice, and what you would do there is you would just select one of your clone voices, like Morgan Freeman 3, which is what we worked on before. And then you can say something like, this man is old and tired and has trouble getting out of bed. And we could generate a sample of that, and then we could see how that sounds. So, in other words, you're kind of mixing things up a little bit. You're taking your cloned voice or the voice that you create with the designer. In other words, the one that, you just create from scratch from your head, like we created that young male influencer before. And now you're just going to describe a little change to how they're going to sound. And that's something else you can do with this whole section. So I wanted you to see that. Okay, so here we are. Let's play the example.
Another day, another creak in the old bones. Waking up just ain't what it used to be. Feels like I wrestled a bear in my sleep. Getting out of this bed? Well, that's a whole journey in itself. Just gotta take it slow.
You know, it's amazing. That sounds even more like Morgan Freeman than Morgan Freeman sounds. That's just ridiculous. So now we're going to name that Morgan Freeman as an old man. And this man is old and tired and has trouble getting out of bed. We wrote that before. We're going to save that voice. And we're going to call it, okay, Morgan Freeman is an old man too, because I tried it earlier in an experiment. This came out even better. I just am like so over the moon how good that came out. Okay, now that we're in text to speech, since it threw us back in there, let's talk about what you can do with version 3. So synthesis 2.5 is what we've done the cloning in. But we're combining version 2, 2.5, and 3. Because you may want to toy around with 2.5 and 2 to see what you like there. Version 3 is the one where we have the real ability to direct voices. So, like for instance, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some script. You saw the script in there earlier, and I saved it in a text file. Let me grab it. I'm going to copy it in here, and I'm going to want you to look very closely at the script. Notice that we have things in brackets, so we're acting as a director. Like here I wrote anger simmering, voice rising. Look at me right now. And then disbelieving, accusing. You think I didn't know after all this time? You really thought I wouldn't find out? And then bitter and outraged. That's the most insulting part. So we're going to see if the actor that we choose can act as good as I did just now. All right? Probably it'll be better because you won't believe the results that we're getting with this. All right, so remember we're in synthesis version 3. And our favorite thing, it's sort of a tip, write this down, is to go to the voice library and then on the right-hand side, narrow this down to the version 3 voices by clicking V3 right there. And what it does is it calls up 5 pages. Now, all of these work very well with the brackets, but we notice that the last page right here, the very last page, has the best voices with the brackets. And I created some here where I did a favorite. I did a heart or a like, a favorite. And Will is one of my favorites right here.
Technology is evolving at an incredible pace.
He's right. And we're going to use that voice, and then we're going to generate the speech based on that paragraph that we put in the text-to-speech. And this is where we're going to a whole new level of text-to-voice that we've never seen before, ever. And this is it right now
Watch as I generate the speech.
Look at me, right now. You think I didn't know? After all this time, you really thought I wouldn't find out? That's the most insulting part, the effort you've put into the lie. The money? I don't care about the money. It was the trust, Liam. The foundation. You let me defend you. You let me stand by you in front of them all, and all the while you were selling us out. Why? Tell me why. Was it worth it? Was it worth watching everything we built crumble just for this? Get out. I can't even look at you anymore. Just go. You are dead to me.
You could see why the Actors Guild was on strike. They're really worried about AI taking their jobs, and this is what they meant. And this was also money for you if you get ahead of it, because you could do audiobooks with something like this, because this is better than most narrators of audiobooks, as an example. All right, so that's the next thing I wanted you to see is the text-to-speech and how it is best with Synthesis version 3. Now, if you have general acting instructions, you could post it on the lower right-hand side right here, okay? That's if you have general acting instructions. Now, before I get to speak like, and I want to jump over to multi-person because it's very similar to text-to-speech, except with multiple characters. All right, now let's go over to multi-person. Now, multi-person is where you actually can just type some general acting instructions on the right here. Let's say warm, friendly conversation between friends. And then you can do the same thing as before. You can actually, put things in brackets. Laughing. I can't believe what my cat did today when I came home from work. Okay, and then that's the female, and then our male here, we could choose them on the right hand side, the actors. The male will say stunned. What? It can't be worse than the mess my kids made. And then this could go on and on. You could just keep adding dialogue, and it could be long. And the things you put in brackets, of course, directs the conversation. Then you just click Generate Speech. And then you can play it to hear it, and then you can save it. You could switch up the actors as well. And of course, you could change the script at any time.
I can't believe what my cat did today when I came home from work.
What? It can't be worse than the mess my kids made.
See that? Simple. All right, the next thing I want to show you, obviously there's so much you could do with that, but I have to move on here. Next thing I want to show you is something we call Speak Like. Now, Speak Like is really crazy because you could upload an audio, even a really bad one. Like I have one here that I earlier did. Let's see if I could find it. Todd's voice. I have a nasal. Here it is. Nasal. Okay. So this is a nasal voice of mine that I was doing. I stripped it off of video, and I actually can put the voice back on the video once I improve it. So let's say I'm an influencer and I have a nasally voice like this, and I'm not really confident about the way I speak, but I want... So you could hear that I don't sound that great there. I was purposely not sounding good. I was trying to sound like someone who's new. So I could just scroll down here and pick something. So Commercial Man sticks out at me because commercials are done by pros. We want this voice to sound more pro. So then we just click Generate Speech. And now it's going to change the voice file, not the text. It's the voice file that's going to change, but it's going to keep the exact same cadence and inflection so that if you do take it off a video and put it back onto a video, it will lip sync exactly. So, I mean, that's amazing. What? How does it do that, right? All right, so let's listen to this as soon as it generates.
So let's say I'm an influencer and I have a nasally voice like this, and I'm not really confident about the way I speak, but I want to, and I don't have a microphone, right? I have just the phone that I'm using, which usually the audio doesn't come out very good, not very bassy, not very clear.
You see how much I improved the voice there? That's the Speak Like feature. And finally, there's the dubbing feature on the bottom left. That's where you upload any audio at all. We could even do it to the audio we just uploaded. We could take that same one, Todd's nasal video, and we could change the language, and it will be the exact same voice. All right, let's change that and see if we get a nasally different language. All right, so we're going to take that same audio clip from before, and now what we're going to do is we're going to detect the language automatically. So it's going to detect English. And we're going to change the language. You could go any way you want, back and forth. English to Japanese, Japanese to Spanish, Spanish, anything. So we're going to go from English over to German, and it's going to give us the script first on the right-hand side, on the bottom right. We could either go with that script or we could change that script, either one. If we knew German, we would know how to edit that if we wanted to change what I was saying. But why don't we do this? Why don't we take away some of the things that I said later in the script, because we don't want it to be too long. All right, so let's do that. Let's actually edit that last half out. And now let's generate the speech in a new language with my very voice.
Nehmen wir an, ich bin ein Influencer und habe eine nasale Stimme wie diese und ich bin nicht wirklich selbstbewusst in Bezug auf die Art und Weise, wie ich spreche, aber ich möchte es und ich habe kein Mikrofon.
It's amazing hearing myself actually talk German like that right off the bat. So you could just translate anything, and you could go the other direction as well. You could take the German and then translate it over to English. This, my friends, is SoundSoReal. All right. Wow. All right, let me get my screen back on and get back to the microphone here. Oh, man. Screen 2. Yeah. And I have a question for you guys. In case you missed it at the beginning of the webinar, we're just trying to feel things out here. And we'd like to know if you could tell us, if you were a Synthesis customer already, if you have any of the Synthesis products, please drop a 1 in the question answer box if you are, okay? A 1 in the question answer box right now. We have a different crowd than the very beginning of the webinar. Though I know a lot of you have stayed on because you want to win that prize. All right, so it's a 1 if you are, and then please put a 2 if you are not a previous Synthesis customer, if you don't have any of the Synthesis line of products. Okay, that helps us out a lot. I really appreciate you guys doing that. It's really important that you put that in there, by the way, so thanks for helping us out. All right, let's talk about how to elevate your business with SoundSoReal. Now that we've done the demo, we're getting, towards the meat of the webinar here. As to how you can get your hands on this. But first, let's talk about how you can cash in with SoundSoReal. Obviously, marketers and entrepreneurs, you could create unlimited ad voiceovers. You could test variations for higher conversions based on each voice, and you could build a signature brand voice and keep it, right? So it could be your new voice, even though it's not your real voice, it's your real AI voice. Podcasters on the upper right there, and educators. Obviously, you can make podcasts like this, but right below that, you see it says storytellers and authors. The possibilities are so crazy here in terms of audiobooks, because what you just heard just moments ago is better than most of the authors that are reading audiobooks. I mean, it's incredible. Content creators and influencers. You saw with that Speak Like feature how you can change a poor voice into a good voice. You could even take it off a video and put it onto the video. You could add cinematic narration to UGC and videos, user-generated content. You could sell unique character packs for social media. You could license voices for ongoing royalty and income. Bottom left, freelancers and agencies. Now, this is important. You could sell voiceovers on Fiverr, on Upwork, direct to clients. They're good enough now. You could, I would say it's possible you could get away. I'm not suggesting you do this. It's not something I would do.
But I bet you could get away with creating an account where they wouldn't even know it's AI. I personally wouldn't do that, but it's good enough now. You could offer niche specific packs, real estate, e-learning, YouTube, deliver unlimited revisions instantly, of course, instead of how normally you have to wait for a voiceover person to do it over again. And the other thing in terms of agencies is you could work with local businesses and you could clone the local business person's voice. It's just like staring at you in the face, to do that. You could translate voices in terms of global opportunities on the bottom right into multiple different languages. So let's say you have a product, okay, and you sell that product online, and let's say you have a spokesperson for that product. So many people in other countries have asked me personally if I would do the video for them in another language. Will I please speak that language? Prior to now, I didn't speak that language, right? Now you could do that. You could translate voices into multiple languages, build international voice packs, serve clients across borders without hiring native actors. Those are the things you can do. Your brand's podcast host can have a distinct, recognizable voice no one else in the world can replicate. Your ad campaigns can feature a consistent signature voice that becomes synonymous with your products. Your courses, your audiobooks, and stories can use exclusive character voices that make them unforgettable and repeatable. We have an exciting, limited, one-time offer that we're going to give to you now to get Sound So Real. You guys ready? All right, so here's the deal. We're going to include everything into a bundle, or a good chunk of it anyway. Here, watch. This is what you normally would get. Normally, there would be a commercial front end, which would be limited to 20,000 characters of voice generation per month, which works out to around 30 minutes per month. Voice translation of 33 languages. Yep, you get that. But you're limited to 2 voice designs. In other words, 2 voices that you create by typing, and 5 voice clones so that you could do yourself and your family members perhaps, but you can't grab off the internet or do your clients. And you have 50 voices to choose from. But that's not what you're going to get today. We're going to keep going from there because it also includes the voice bank. And that means you get the speak like feature. That's the voice changer, where you take one voice and change it to another. The voice remix feature, where you take one of the voices that you've designed and kind of mix it up, make it different. And access to all 300 pre-made voices, not to mention the hundreds of texts that are in there that are going to lead you, of course, to make designer voices on the spot. Remember, I showed you that in the demo. But that's not it. You're also going to get the second upgrade, which is the ability to clone not 5 voices, but unlimited voices. Unlimited voices. And the ability to design unlimited voices with text prompts. So you went from 2 designed voices to unlimited, and we're including that. Is that exciting or what? We always put together the best deal for you. So all that stuff is going to be merged together. The featured bundle is going to include the SoundSoReal commercial, which is the front end product, the basic product that allows you also to work with businesses. And it's going to include that voice vault. Remember what the voice vault was? That was this right here, the speak like feature. That's the voice changer. The remix feature, which changes the cloned and designed voices even more, and access to all 300 pre-made voices. All right, so it includes that. I got lost there for a second. Plus the option to add the bump. The bump is unlimited number of characters as well. So instead of 30 minutes per month, if you add the bump option, which we'll talk about in a moment, you'll have unlimited minutes for voice work That's what we are calling the voice over artist killer, the voice over talent killer, because that means you no longer have to pay voiceover artists thousands upon thousands of dollars over the course of the years as they go by, because you have at your fingertips unlimited minutes of voice work, which would cost thousands of dollars. At least my rates would come up into the thousands. And you're also going to have an option to add the ability to have a product called AI Calls. AI Calls is the voice answering system. You know, it's our AI answering. It's unbelievable. It's beyond a chatbot. It's great, and it will use these great voices as well. And you'll have the opportunity to tap into that as you go through after you purchase the bundle. So who's ready for the link? I know we've shown so many good things here. Who's ready for the link to get in on the most amazing voice creation tool in history? It creates 100% unique voices, clone and enhance the voices, direct vocal performances. You could translate the voices to other languages, access unlimited styles, one-click voice creations. Are you guys ready? Come back to the computer, because I'm about to drop the link, and you don't want to miss what I'm about to tell you, because the first 25 people to get on board are going to be able to use our exclusive coupon tonight as well. Are you coming? We want you to come in and be able to use the special webinar only coupon. Okay, you guys are ready. All right, here we go. Get ready to go to this link and use this coupon. Okay, it's coming. Here it is. The link is toddsuggests.com/SoReal. And the coupon is I hear you in all caps. toddsuggests.com/SoReal. That takes $45 off of the price of $191 of value here. $191 is the real amount that we're charging, but you get those. You get the base product, you get the first upgrade and the second upgrade all bundled together. And once you're in there, don't forget, you're also going to go for that bump, the unlimited number of characters instead of 30 minutes per month, right? Don't forget, you're going to go for that as well. And Synthesis AI Calls is in there. You can have our call answering service, the AI call answering service that uses the voices as well as an option. So get in there, have a blast, and don't forget that the SoundSoReal Unlimited Bump, which is $197 per year, is going to be the voice-over artist killer. It makes you into a powerful, powerful consumer of voiceovers without having to pay a voice-over artist. This is how it looks on the inside. You'll see right here a checkbox, SoundSoReal Unlimited for $197. Don't forget to fill that out. You'll want to get that. It's $197 per year. And that's what's going to bring you to the unlimited minutes. You already are going to be getting, since you're getting the bundle, the unlimited number of clones and the unlimited number of voice designs. But to make it unlimited minutes, you want to check that box. And of course, we have to ask for something for that because we have so many costs involved ourselves. Is that fair? Yeah. And don't forget to use your coupon. See that on the lower right? What's the link again? Do you remember? It's toddsuggests.com/SoReal. Get in there, toddsuggests.com/SoReal, and use the coupon I hear you. I hear you. So the Synthesis AI Calls is the, I guess you could call it the third upgrade. It's 1,000 minutes each month for Synthesis AI Calls. And you could add to your feature bundle purchase with Synthesis Calls for
$197 a year as well for the Synthesis AI calls. Synthesis AI calls automates inbound and outbound calls. Your AI agents answer or dial out 24/7. Never miss a lead again. You could book appointments. You could send follow-ups instantly, from booking reservations to sending order confirmations. AI agents connect directly to your workflows, cut no-shows, and seal deals faster with real-time SMS and email confirmations in over 30 languages. Choose AI experts for any role: sales, support, onboarding, reservations. You got specialized AI employees ready to deploy in there with route calls and escalate to humans when a real person needs to step in. Cold call and qualify leads automatically. New ultra-realistic voices are powered by SoundSoReal. It's the perfect complement to it. Voices created in SoundSoReal must be used within the Synthesis ecosystem, making AI calls the most powerful AI calling platform based on voice capabilities alone. What do we mean by that? It means if you find another AI calling system, you've got maybe a nice system, but it won't sound like real, at least not like our real. To our level, we have the most realistic sounding text-to-speech, period. And we've got bonuses for you. We have the voice monetization playbook, 7 proven ways to profit from SoundSoReal. We have a done-for-you voice licensing contract templates to sell your services. This bonus gives you professionally written, editable contract templates for licensing your voices. If you need the link, by the way, it's in the chat box as well, I believe. Here, let me just double check that it was put in there. Yep. Third bonus, Voice as a Service Business Kit. This bonus gives you complete plug-and-play business kit to launch your own Get a Voice designed for your brand offer. I'm going to leave this up so you can read it. Bonus 4 is SoundSoLink. That's your personal voice page and smart QR access. You could easily share your SoundSoReal voice creations using a scan-ready link. And bonus 5 is the Voice Sellers Rolodex, 20 platforms to list, sell, and profit. This bonus gives you a hand-picked list of 20 top websites where you could sell your voice services. If you have any questions about these bonuses, ask them in the question answer box, and our team will start answering them there.
All right, let's take a moment to talk about the SoundSoReal funnel. When you know the full picture of what's available, you can make the best decision for your needs. When it comes to the front-end offer of SoundSoReal, I have to say it's actually pretty solid. For most creators, marketers, or even small business owners, this package gives you more than enough tools to start producing professional quality voice content right away. With this package, you'll have 20,000 characters of voice generation per month. And this renews each month so you can keep creating without worry. On top of that, you get voice translation capabilities, 2 voice designers, 5 voice clones, and access to 50 ready-to-use voices. And the best part? It even comes with a commercial license, so you can use everything you create for your business or client projects. But here's the thing. If you're really serious about using this tool, then the Feature Bank Bundle upgrade is the smarter move. Why? Because it completely unlocks the platform's full power. You're getting access to a much larger voice vault, up to 300 and even unlimited design and cloning capacity, plus premium features like acting instructions, voice transformations, multilingual support, and you even get priority access to new voices and packs. So basically, no caps, no ceilings. You can create freely without worrying about limits. Let's talk about the upgrades, or OTOs. And let me just say this. These aren't just filler add-ons. Each upgrade takes SoundSoReal to the next level. So depending on how deep you want to go, these can massively boost your results. First up, OTO 1, Voice Vault. Quick note here, OTO 1 is part of the Feature Bank Bundle deal. So if you already picked up the bundle, you're covered. No need to get this OTO again. This upgrade unlocks the full potential of SoundSoReal's voice library. Instead of being limited, you'll have access to all 300 voices with no restrictions on text length. And what makes it even more exciting is the built-in voice changer, which lets you instantly transform one voice into another. So if you want unlimited variety and flexibility in your projects, this one really opens the door. Next, OTO 2, Clone Factory. This OTO is also included in the Feature Bank Bundle deal. So if you already picked up the bundle, you're covered. No need to get this twice. Now this one is for anyone who wants complete creative freedom. With Clone Factory, you get unlimited voice clones and unlimited voice designers. That means you're not just working with pre-made voices, you're building as many custom voices as you want, and cloning as many voices as you have the rights to. If you've ever dreamed of having your own library of unique branded voices, this upgrade gives you exactly that. And finally, OTO 3 AI Calls. OTO 3 is not included in the Feature Bank Bundle, so if you want this feature, you'll need to grab it separately. This is where SoundSoReal goes beyond voiceovers and into real-world communication. With this upgrade, you get 1,000 minutes per month for synthesis AI calls. Imagine having AI-powered voices making calls on your behalf, whether it's for reminders, customer engagement, or even lead follow-ups. It's a powerful tool for businesses that want to save time and scale communication without hiring a big team. I think the best way to show you its real power is to see it in action. Instead of just talking about it, let's jump right into a live demo so you can experience how these features actually work.
As you can see on the left side, we have 5 tabs which represents the different functions of the new AI voices. The most impactful addition is our new custom voice designer. With this feature, you can generate virtually any voice type simply by inputting descriptive characteristics. In order to do that, just go to the right side of the screen and you will see here Create or Design a Voice button. So click on that button and a new window will appear. So you do have here the option to create a new voice by voice design, or you also have the option to clone your voice using the 2.5 model or version 2 model. These are the versions of the voice cloning we had on synthesis through the years. Okay, so to create a new voice using a voice design, click on this option, and then you will be asked to enter a prompt. So you have to describe what the voice should sound like. So I have here a sample prompt. Okay, and then for the text to preview, you need to enter a sentence for your generated voice to say. Remember, punctuation is important. Also, the sentence must be 100 characters or more, not less. Okay, so I have here a sample text. Now let's click on Generate Sample. Okay, now let's play the voice sample.
Hey, I'm Chris, and I help businesses grow through smart SEO, custom web design, and high-performing digital ads. If you're ready to get found online and turn clicks into customers, let's chat.
Okay, perfect. Now you will have to enter a voice name and enter a voice description as well. So for this example, I would just like to enter here male professional as the voice name, and for the description, you can enter any. So for this one, it's friendly, confident, and professional male voice. Now we're ready to save the voice. Okay, so you will be directed to the text-to-speech tab after you have created a voice. But let's go back to voices and let's try creating a voice using the instant voice clone. Again, you have the option to choose between 2 models. It's just the model that we have with synthesis through the years. Okay, so you can clone your voice with only 10 seconds of audio. Now let's try this version 2.5 model and enter a voice name for your cloned voice. So let's say my custom voice. And then you have to choose the language. So for this one, I am choosing English American and upload your audio. Okay, so I have here my voice recording. It should be in MP3 or WAV format, and click on Accept Terms and then Create Voice. Okay, so again, you'll be directed to the Text-to-Speech tab, but let's go back to Voices. And here under My Voices, you will see all the voice that you have created, whether using voice design or using voice cloning. So here, the most recent voices that I have created, you will see here the male professional using voice design and my custom voice using the voice cloning function. Also, you can mark voices as your favorite by clicking the heart icon on the right. So let's say, for example, I want to mark this as favorite. So just click on the heart icon and it will be marked as your favorite voices. Okay, now let's go to text-to-speech. Okay, for text-to-speech, you can create a voiceover by entering your script or your text. And on the right side, you will see the different settings. And the settings differ on the model that you will be using. So we do have here Synthesis version 3, version 2.5, and version 2. So as I have mentioned a while ago, the different versions are the versions that we had on Synthesis through the years. So the version 3 is the most recent or the current version. And this allows you to enter acting instructions for your voice. So it is more personalized according to your liking. We also do have here a creativity slider. So it adds a little bit of creativity to the acting instruction. So you can play around a bit with it and choose the audio that suits to your liking. Well, for version 2, we do have here selection of the voices. Also, language booster. This will be more beneficial if you are using non-English script. So you can choose, let's say, for example, you have a Spanish script. So the language booster boosts fluency, reinforces vocabulary, and adapts to native accents for a more immersive experience. We do also have here a field for emotion. So you can choose from the available options like angry, happy, sad, calm, and fearful. Okay, and you can also adjust the pitch and speed. Now, for Synthesis version 2, this is the most basic version that we had with Synthesis. So you can choose a voice, and then another setting would be for speed. So that's it. So now let's try the version 3, which is the latest version for Synthesis AI voices. So for version 3, I am going to enter here a script. So let's say, for example, I want to create a voiceover using the script, and I want to use my created voice. So click on Voice Design and click the name of the voice that you have just created. And then for acting instructions, you can enter according to your requirements, according to your needs. So for example, I want it to be upbeat and enthusiastic, but sincere. Imagine you are genuinely excited to share a great opportunity. Avoid sounding too salesy or exaggerated. Keep it warm and inviting. Okay, and for creativity, let's just maintain it to a level 1. Okay, now let's generate speech. Okay, now the voiceover has been generated. Let's play the audio.
Discover your dream home in Brisbane. This stunning 3-bedroom offers modern design, spacious living, and top amenities, perfect for families or investors. Don't miss out. Schedule a tour today. Call Morgan at 1-800-123-456 now.
Okay, now here on the bottom right part of the dashboard, you will see here the duration of the audio. So for this particular script, it took 16 seconds. Okay, so on the right side, you will see 2 tabs. First is settings and history. So the history tab will display all the audios that you have created per feature. So for example, you are in the text-to-speech tab. All your projects for text-to-speech will be displayed under the history tab. So you can listen to it by clicking the play button. You can also download the voiceover using the download icon on the right. Okay, now let's go to voice changer. So this feature allows you to change the voice of an audio. So the file supported is MP3 and the maximum size is 50 MB. Now let's try to upload an audio file. I have here a sample male voice audio. Let's listen to it.
Listen up, team. We've got a deadline to meet, and we're not slowing down. Let's push through this final stretch with determination and focus. Together, we'll deliver results that speak for themselves. Are you with me?
Okay, now I want to change the voice into this voice named Sweet Lady. You can listen to the sample preview of the voices by clicking the play button on the right side, corresponding the voice that you want to listen to. So for illustration, I want this Sweet Lady's voice, and let's generate the speech.
Listen up, team. We've got a deadline to meet, and we're not slowing down. Let's push through this final stretch with determination and focus. Together, we'll deliver results that speak for themselves. Are you with me?
Okay, great. Now let's go to multi-person. So this feature allows you to create a dialogue between 2 speakers. So on the right side, you will see the settings tab and the history tab. So under settings, you have a field for acting instructions. You have this speaker number 1 and speaker number 2. So for acting instructions, let's say I want to enter this instructions. And then for speaker number 1, you can choose from several options. You can listen to each voice by clicking the play button on the right. So for illustration, I want to use, let's say, this Penis voice. Okay. And for speaker number 2, I want to use Sharon's voice. Now for creativity, let's just maintain it for to level 1. And for the script, I have here a sample script. Okay, this is for speaker number 1, and this is speaker number 2. Okay, now if you have longer dialogue, you just click on Add Dialogue here, and then enter your script. And now let's generate speech. Okay, now the audio has been generated. Let's play it.
Okay, this is the place I was telling you about. Brew and Bloom. Isn't it cute?
Cute. This place looks straight out of a Pinterest board. Is that a swing inside the cafe?
Yup, and the barista wears suspenders. This place is trying so hard to be aesthetic, and I kind of love it.
Okay, perfect. So again, you can go to History tab to listen to the audio again, or download the audio. You can also do it on the bottom part of the screen. Now let's go to dubbing. So this feature allows you to translate an audio into another language. So let's upload a sample audio, which I used in the voice changer feature. And for the language, for detect language, select the original language. And for this particular example, I'm going to select English American. And for the target language, you can choose from the available options. So for this one, I would like to translate it to Spanish. You will see here that this translated script will appear. So you can edit this according to your liking or according to your need. Now let's generate the speech. Okay, now let's listen to the audio.
Escuchad, equipo. Tenemos un plazo que cumplir y no vamos a bajar el ritmo. Superemos esta recta final con determinación y concentración. Juntos, obtendremos resultados que hablarán por sí solos. ¿Me siguen?
Okay, so again, you can go to History tab to see all the projects that you have created under dubbing.
Let's check some voice samples created with SoundSoReal.
Parenting is wild. 1 minute you're teaching ABCs, the next you're answering questions about the universe.
Oh, yes. Like when my son asked me why the sky doesn't fall down. I had no idea, but I loved his curiosity.
That's the magic, right? Kids remind us to see the world with wonder. Their questions keep us learning too.
Absolutely. And it's not about having all the answers. It's about listening and growing together.
Parenting isn't a perfect journey. It's a shared adventure. The stumbles, the laughter, the late nights, they all become memories.
And those memories are the threads that weave a family story, stronger with every chapter.
Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, lived a tiny mouse named Milo. Milo wasn't like the other mice. He dreamed of flying. One night, he spotted a glowing feather drifting from the sky. Could this be the secret to his dream? With the feather in his paw, Milo set off on a journey through tall grass, dark woods, and sparkling rivers. Along the way, he met a wise old owl, a singing frog, and even a squirrel who loved acorns more than anything. And as the stars twinkled above, Milo discovered that the biggest adventures begin with the smallest hearts.
Isn't it wild how dating apps turn first impressions into quick swipes? It feels exciting, but also a little rushed. Totally, but look at the upside. People are connecting across cities and even continents they'd never reached before. True, but sometimes I wonder if the convenience makes people put in less effort. Love used to feel slower. Or maybe it's just evolving. Our moms wrote letters. We send emojis. Different tools, same feelings. That's fair. Maybe it's not about the app, but how real people choose to be while using it.
Exactly. The heart of love hasn't changed, just the way the story begins.
Hey everyone, glad you're here. Have you ever noticed how every language carries its own rhythm, its own way of seeing the world? From the tones of Mandarin to the melodies of Spanish and the depth of Arabic, languages are more than words. They're cultures, traditions, and connections. Right now, as our world becomes more connected, language diversity is shaping how we work, learn, and even build friendships. And the more we celebrate these voices, the closer we get to understanding each other.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out a brand new gadget that's sleek, powerful, and built to make your life easier. I'll walk you through the features, give you the pros and cons, and share why this might be worth your upgrade. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tech reviews every week. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. We're excited to present our latest innovation, a product designed not just to compete, but to lead. With cutting-edge technology, a proven business model, and a market hungry for change, this launch is positioned to deliver growth and long-term value. Together, we're not just introducing a product, we're shaping the future.
Listen, to the silence. It is not empty. It is full of beginnings and endings. The echoes of all that was and all that will be. We are but stardust, briefly awakened, a flicker against the grand tapestry. Understand this, and you begin to understand everything.
Arr! By the seven seas! I've struck gold, lads! Mountains of glittering treasure, gleaming brighter than the sun itself! Ha ha ha! The legends be true, and now it's mine, all mine! Tonight we drink, for fortune favors the bold!
Hey everyone! So I just found the most amazing new serum, and you have to see this. My skin has never felt so hydrated and glowy. Honestly, it's a game changer. And the packaging? To die for. You know I love a good aesthetic. I'll link it in my bio so you can check it out. Trust me, your skin will thank you.
Well, hello there, my little morsels. I've been expecting you. Do you have any idea the trouble you've caused? Oh, I'm just kidding. Mostly. I do love a good chase, though. Keeps things interesting. Wouldn't you agree? Now, come closer. I have a proposition for you. One you simply can't refuse!
Hey there, folks. What's up, Doc? I was just hopping through, minding my own business, when I thought, a carrot would really hit the spot right about now. You know how it is. A rabbit's gotta eat. So, what are you all up to today? Anything exciting?
Ah, you've arrived! Splendid! Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the chronoton stabilizing matrix. It's crucial, you see, to align the temporal vectors just so with the ambient quantum flux. Otherwise, you get temporal drift. And that, my friend, can lead to, well, let's just say more than one duplicate of your toaster.
Now, I want to take a few minutes to talk about something very special. When you grab this product through my link, you're also getting my exclusive bonus package. These bonuses are carefully handpicked to help you in the areas that matter most: video creation, content generation, traffic growth, and SEO. I hope they can save you time, cut costs, and make your online journey smooth and successful. Let me walk you through some of the highlights, and I'll also show you short demos so you can see how powerful these tools really are. First up, AI Supreme, an all-in-one marketing powerhouse. With just a single login, you unlock more than 25 premium marketing apps, all under one roof. No installations, no complicated setup. For example, let's say you need a website. Inside AI Supreme, you'll find a Wix-style website builder that lets you design a professional site in minutes. Just pick a template, drag and drop, and your site is live. Or maybe you want to capture leads and sell offers. The funnel builder comes loaded with ready-made lead funnels, promo funnels, and even viral funnels you can customize instantly. Need content? The built-in AI writer does the heavy lifting. Just select your target language, choose the tone, give it a short description, and boom, you get ready-to-use content that sounds professional and natural. And my personal favorite, AI agents. Imagine having a team of professionals, writers, designers, coders, marketers, available 24/7, ready to complete any task you throw at them. That's exactly what AI Agents does. You can even create chatbots to engage with your audience automatically. Next is Goofy Shorts AI, perfect for short-form video creation. As you know, platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts are exploding right now, and this tool makes it super easy to tap into that traffic. All you do is choose your format, whether it's TikTok, Instagram Reel, whiteboard explicable, or image-based video. Then Goofy Shorts AI creates your video in just a few clicks. Plus, you can generate AI-powered voiceovers directly inside the app, so you don't even need to record yourself. Once your video is ready, you can instantly share it across multiple platforms to maximize reach and engagement. Moving on, you'll also get Tubitraffic AI, which builds out a complete YouTube business for you. Here's how it works. Simply enter some keywords, and the software pulls up tons of relevant videos that are already proven to get views. From there, you can select the ones you want, and the tool automatically fills in video titles, descriptions, and tags optimized for traffic. You can customize the content however you like. And the best part? You can insert your own affiliate offers directly inside the videos. That means you're not just getting views, you're turning those views into commissions. Another incredible bonus is Super VA. Think of this as your ultimate virtual assistant powered by AI. Instead of spending hours writing content, designing graphics, or even coding, you can simply type in a prompt or use one of the pre-written ones, and Super VA will complete the task for you. It covers hundreds of marketing tasks with zero restrictions and zero setup. It's like hiring a full-time assistant team, but without the massive cost. You'll also get News Broadcasting Sites Builder. This one is perfect if you want to create passive income streams. With just a few clicks, you can launch fully automated news sites in virtually any niche: sports, travel, gaming, affiliate marketing, you name it. The software designs a professional website, generates fresh content with relevant images, and even updates itself automatically every day. So while you're busy doing your things, your news site is quietly attracting visitors and generating income in the background. And here's a huge one. You'll also get a library of over 500 premium done-for-you courses with master resale rights. You can totally use them to learn, turn them into your own products, or even resell them to kickstart your online biz. Topics cover marketing, business growth, traffic, social media, and much more, giving you a ready-made catalog of digital assets to profit from. Imagine adding these courses to your own funnel or selling them directly for instant cash flow. It's like starting your business with products already done for you. And these are just the main bonuses I wanted to highlight. On top of these, you'll also unlock many more special tools that I haven't even had time to show here. To check out the full list and claim your bonuses, just click the bonus link in the description below. Alright, so that wraps up my SoundSoReal review and demo. As you've seen, SoundSoReal is much more than just another voice app. It's a first-to-market AI voice designer and studio that lets you create and clone unique voices with tone, style, and emotion. And that's the feature I think really makes it worth the wait. Having the power to direct your AI voice like a professional actor is something you don't see every day. If you want to check out the full SoundSoReal review, OTO details, and pricing, plus grab some huge bonuses I've lined up for you, make sure to click the link below this video. Don't wait, because these bonuses are only available through my link. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss my next reviews and demos of powerful tools like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.